Here's an interesting story. It was his. I'm talking about Bojo here. He was in Parliament or somewhere and making a speech, and he was on about the Great Reset. Now, if you are very observant, you'll know this story is very important because it is what people have been saying for, well, let's mention David Icke, shall we? Because he's been on about this for 30 plus years, made a very good living out of it. People poo-pooed him at the very beginning. I know he was on Terry Wogan, got laughed at, but who's laughing now? Because everything that he has said so far has come true. Okay, maybe not the little green aliens, but hey, everything else about this lark that's going on, this scam that's going on, the Great Reset that's going on. And we've had it now with Boris Johnson, who's announcing Britain's Great Reset. Now, is this actually proving that the conspiracy theorists are right all along? Well, let's have a look at the article and see. And it is RT, so it's a very reliable source. I don't care what you say. I would trust the RT channel more than I would the BBC, put it that way. So RT, that's the Russian TV channel. They have this journalist who's Neil Clark. He's a writer, broadcaster, and blogger. And he's award-winning, and it can be found there. He tweets on political and world affairs as well. So the story is that his speech to the party conference saw him dismiss the idea of returning to normality. And he is using the COVID thing to follow the World Economic Forum Great Reset agenda. And many people have been warning about this for many years. He said that it's not really about public health or a virus. They have another agenda. That's what the so-called conspiracy theorists have been saying, well, not since March, but forever, when the first British lockdowns were imposed. The conspiracy theorists have always been denounced as cranks, flat earthers, anti-vaxxers, etc., etc. But here we are in October, and let's face it, there is absolutely no sign, despite very low numbers of deaths, that we are not returning to anything like normal. In fact, in his keynote speech yesterday, Prime Minister Bojo specifically ruled out a return to normal, not even with a vaccine. And his statement was,
"After all we have been through, it isn't enough just to go back to normal. We have lost too much. History teaches us that things of this magnitude, wars, famines, plagues, events that affect the vast bulk of humanity, as this virus has, they do not just come and go. They can be a trigger for economic and social change."
When I heard this, obviously not me. When we heard the words, we thought, well, where have we heard this stuff before? Well, this is in a book called by Klaus Schwab, COVID-19: The Great Reset, who is the chairman of the World Economic Forum. They too, like Johnson, invoked the Second World War as a trigger for fundamental changes, not only to the global order and global economy, but to society and the way human beings interact with one another. Like Johnson, they don't want to return to normal. Many of us are saying, when are we going to return to normal? Well, the short response is, never. This is it. This is what we're about. They want the They want a world changed forever by a virus which they admit is only mild compared to others in history. As to where this is heading, I should recommend that you read the book. But don't do it late at night, because it will probably give you nightmares. Oh God, that don't sound good. So Johnson, in his speech yesterday, showed he's fully signed up into the Great Reset, the most chilling oration ever made by a British PM at a party conference. The man who justified lockdown in March on a purely temporary 3-week basis to flatten the curve and protect the NHS, and who said in the summer that it had, after lasting 3 months, that he hoped Britain would return to normality by November. So we can see that basically this is it. Anybody who does not understand or will not see that this is it, this is a new normal, that we have to act now. It's not too late. If we don't act now, we are heading for trouble. So there we go. That's the story today. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of a story. And of course, we can still stop it if we all get up and wake up and act now. Have a good day. Bye for now.